Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the first elementary grade. Our textbook is Weekend 1, and today, inshallah, we will cover the first unit, which is Unit 1, the lesson Animals Talk Time. Can be seen on pages 2 and 3. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Fawaz Al-Aqil. So let's begin. Our objectives in today's lesson, we hope that at the end of this lesson, you will be able to use talks about pets with a partner and also to count from 11 to 20. So we aim today is that we can make conversations about pets and also about different animals. And also, not only this, but also we can count from the number 11 to number 20. So let's start. I would like you please to open your books on page 2. I would like you please to open your books on page 2. So on page 2, talk time, listen and say. What we're going to do with this page, as you can see on your books, you will see a brother and his sister inside a pet store, where people usually, when they go to a pet store, they usually try to look at the animals and to maybe to buy one of these animals, to take them and to take care of them inside their homes. So let's listen now to the conversation between a brother and his sister that they have inside a pet store. After we listen for the first time, we're going to explain what do they said, and after this, we're going to listen for the second time. And for the second time, when we listen, we'll have to say after them. So let's begin listening to the brother and his sister inside a pet store. So let's begin.
Do you have a pet?
Yes, I do. I have a turtle. Do you have a pet?
No, I don't.
Very well. So here, the sister asked her brother about a pet by asking or by starting the question with, do you have a pet? Do you have a pet? And what do you mean by the word pet is an animal that we can take care of. Like, for example, a cat, or maybe a turtle, or maybe a fish. So these animal we can call they are pets because we can take care of them in our homes. So she asked her brother if he has a pet, and her brother says, yes, I do. I have a turtle. So when someone asks you about a pet, if you have a pet, you would use either you would say yes, I have, or no, I don't. And here in this case, if you want to say what kind of animal you have, you would say, I have a fish, for example. I have a turtle. I have a cat. So here we can use these phrases if we want to say what kind of animals we have. So not only this, but even when the brother asked his sister whether she has a pet by asking, do you have a pet? She said, no, I don't. So whenever we hear this question, do you have a pet? We have two ways to answer. Either we say, yes, I do. I have a fish. I have a turtle. I have a dog. I have a cat. Or you can say, no, I don't. This is what are the important question here is how to ask someone what is the kind of animal he or she has, and also how to reply either with yes or no. So let's listen one more time to this conversation, and what I would like you to do with the second time is to listen and also to say after each one. So when we listen to the first part, we say it again. When we listen to the second part, we say it again. And like this. So let's start by listening for the second time. And remember, when you listen, you have to repeat again.
Do you have a pet?
Yes, I do. I have a turtle. Do you have a pet?
No, I don't.
Very well. Now what we're going to do after this, you can act out these talks in pairs. So you can look for either a family member or maybe a friend of yours or your classmate, and you can start this question. Do you have a pet? And you would listen either to these two answers. Either he or she will say, yes, I have, or no, I don't. And also, when you want to answer this question, you have two ways to answer. Either you would say, yes, I do, I have, and then you can name any animal you like, or you would say simply, no, I don't. So, after this, this is the third exercise, just go around and look for someone or two people and ask them the same question. And you can even record their answers and to see whether these answers matches the answers that we saw here. So this is an interesting exercise that we can do, is to ask different people whether they have or don't have a pet. And after this, then we can record their answers and match them with the answers that we have. So this is mostly about the first part we have in our lesson. So now what I would like you to do is to move back to go to page number 3. I would like you please to turn your books to page number 3. Now, what we're going to do on page number 3 is something we called a number race. And what we're going to do with this race is we're going to count from 11 to 20. So just to make sure we know how to count, we're going to look at different pictures and we're going to count from number 1 until the number we have. And after we do counting, we're going to decide what kind of animal is it. And then we'll put it in a full phrase as the number and the type of animal. So let's do the first one as an example. So have a look at this picture. And I would like you to point with me at this picture. The first one, the first line. Let's count the number of this, how many picture we have here, and then we can write down the number and also write down the name of this animal. So let's start. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we counted from 1 to 11. So what is the animal that we can see here? Of course, it is a horse. So we can say we have 11 horses. Say after me, 11 horses. 11 horses. These are 11 horses. So this is the first number we practice on. Now let's practice on other numbers and also other animals. So we start from here. Let's count together and then we'll state the number and also the name of this animal. So let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what is the number? The number is 12. And what do we call this animal? We call it a rabbit. So here we have 12 rabbits. Say after me. 12 rabbits. 12 rabbits. Very good. Now let's do more counting. Let's start from here and do counting. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So what is the number we have? It is 13. And what is the animal here? The animal is a zebra. So here we have 13 zebras. Say after me. 13 zebras. 13 zebras. Very good. Let's do more counting. So next, let's count again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So what is the number we have here? It is 14. And what do we call this animal? We call it a lion. So here we can say we have 14 lions. Say after me. 14 lions. 14 lions. Very good. Now let's move on. Let's count again. Here we have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So what is the number here? It is 15. And what do we call this animal? We call it a bear. So how many bears do we have here? We have 15 bears. Say after me. 15 bears. 15 bears. Very good. Let's continue. So let's count again this lovely animal. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So what is the number here? It is 16. And what do we call this lovely animal? We call it a cat. So how many cats we have here? We have 16 cats. Say after me. 16 cats. 16 cats. Very good. Now we have a couple more. So let's count again. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So what is the number here? It is 17. And what do we call this animal? It is a bird. So how many birds we have? We have 17 birds. 17 birds. Very good. So let's count again. Here we have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So what is the number here? It is 18. And what do we call this animal? we call it a chicken. So how many chickens we have? We have 18 chickens. 18 chickens. Let's do a couple more. So let's count again. Here we have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So what is the number? It is 19. And what do we call this animal? We call it a turtle. So how many turtles we have? We have in this picture 19 turtles. Say after me. 19 turtles. 19 turtles. Very good. Now we have one more counting to do. So let's count it together. So let's count number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So what is the number here? It is 20. And what is the picture we have here? It is a picture of an egg. So how many eggs we have? We have 20 eggs. 20 eggs. Very good. So now, it is important at the end of this lesson, we are able to act out the talks about pets, about different animals with partner, and it is important that we practice the question, do you have a pet with a family member or even with a classmate or a friend of yours? And also, it is important that we can count from 11 to 20. So now, we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.